It's been a really busy time for the Indy street crews that have been working nonstop ever since the snow started coming down on Sunday. They've been out there pre-treating and then cleaning up everything needed to make the roads clear.
Many Hoosiers say they are still waiting for their neighborhood streets to be plowed. Our Karen Campbell's been out all afternoon checking out the side streets, and tonight she's sharing concerns from neighbors. Hey, Karen.
Hey there, Scott and Ann. Yeah, lots of concerns from neighbors. You know, we traveled from the east side to the west side, and now we're on the near north side. We're actually a little close to Butler University. This is what you're looking at now, Blue Ridge Drive. It's near Sunset Avenue, and as you can see, it is very bumpy. So anyone driving on these roads, you got to take it slow. You got to be safe because, again, this snow is packing this road down. Now, we want to show you some video of some of the roads we took earlier today in the same area near 39th and Cornelius Avenue. That's in the Mapleton neighborhood. Roads, of course, haven't been plowed yet, as you can see. According to Mayor Hogsett, it could take about a week for these crews to clear these side streets in these neighborhoods. But there is some good news. Today, we learned crews have started clearing connector streets. Now, these are streets that connect to major roadways. Some of those connector streets run through residential areas. We spoke with Gloria Ballard. She lives in the area, and she says she knows that crews are working hard, but drivers, you know, they still have a hard time getting through her area.
It was coming off of Cornelius, and they started to go, and they couldn't, and they backed up, and they couldn't, and finally they went. Well, I stayed back from that area until I saw no cars were coming. Then I turned, because that way you could get through. If you didn't stop and start again.
And we know crews have already plowed more than 32,000 miles, and they will continue working those 12-hour shifts. But again, you heard Angela mention these temperatures are dropping, and that could take crews a little longer to clear these neighborhood side streets. Again, we're talking up to a week before these streets are cleared, guys.
Yeah, we're going to have to be patient as those crews get out there in those neighborhoods. Thanks so much, Karen. Brutally cold temperatures right now moving into central Indiana. Want to make sure that you're prepared.
Samantha Johnson explains how to keep your home all ready for the cold.
So thankfully we have a little bit of time before things get really cold. So we want to make sure you are safe at home, and we want to save you some money while we're at it if you can too. So we want to say hello to Josh Elliott with Williams Comfort Air. You've got 3 things we can do today to make sure we're ready for this cold snap. And the first one's pretty important.
That's right. So number 1, I would say make sure you have a clean furnace filter in your furnace. The dirty filter can cause restriction in airflow and cause your furnace to overheat. So make sure you replace that furnace filter for this cold snap coming up.
Okay. Your next 2 tips are pretty straightforward, but easily done. Talk to us about this.
Okay. Your garage doors. Don't leave your garage doors open. That's a huge opening, and it lets a lot of frigid air into the house, which will wreak havoc on your furnace. It'll never keep up, so make sure you keep those closed.
And the second?
So if you have any faucets on exterior walls, you want to make sure that you leave just a little bit of a stream of water flowing during the cold snap. We say about the size of a pencil lead. Just let it flow. That way the pipes don't freeze up.
Cool, and we're going to give you one more bonus just because we can. If you can lower that thermostat just a few degrees, save you some money, you'll still be comfortable inside. We've put all of Josh's tips on our website, WTHR.com. That's where you can also find the other half of this battle, which is keeping your car safe. Again, all that on our website, WTHR.com.
All right, good advice, Samantha. Thanks so much. And of course, you can track these colder temperatures by downloading our WTHR weather app, which gives you the interactive radar. That way you can see what's coming into your neighborhood. Plus, it offers the hour-by-hour forecast and, of course, the weather blog. It's a free download. You can get it in your phone's app store. Tonight at 6, a man is now facing charges in connection to a deadly shooting on Christmas Day.
That shooting left 1 person dead and several others hurt. 35-year-old Darzan Garzan is now facing 1 count of murder, 5 counts of battery. The shooting happened around noon on Meadowlark Drive near 42nd and Arlington. Police say it started during a fight between family and friends that were in the home. According to the online court records, Garzan's trial now is set to begin in March.
Tonight, first responders here in Indianapolis are changing the way they respond to mental health calls. So in the past, IMPD officers would always take the lead.
But now there's a bit of a switch up. Now agencies on the scene will determine who is needed most, whether it happens to be police, firefighters, or maybe even EMS. Our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick explains when the new protocol will kick off.
This new unified response will be used whenever MCAT or the clinician-led community response teams are not in service, all with the goal of addressing mental health calls with the right resources. Every day, Indy first responders answer hundreds of calls, a good chunk of them for mental health emergencies, calls that can be complex and challenging.
We know that a law enforcement response is not always the best course of action in handling a mental health crisis.
It's why the city is launching a new unified approach to these calls when mental health teams are not available.
Our goal is simple: to make sure individuals in crisis receive the most appropriate and effective care while also prioritizing the safety of everyone involved.
Rank 125 at 11th.
So here's how it works. 911 dispatchers will ask key questions to prepare first responders. IMPD, IFD, and EMS will then arrive on the scene. If there's an active threat or weapon, police will automatically take the lead. If not, officers will stand back and allow medics to provide care. Before this, the responsibility always fell to police, sometimes creating uncomfortable or dangerous situations, something this new model hopes to avoid.
What's going to change is you're going to see a safer response, again, for our providers and then for the patients ultimately.
Right now, all these agencies are training, hoping to implement this new response by the end of the month. In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
Following each call, the individual or family members will also be connected with local resources such as MCAT or the clinician-led community response team. There is a new bill introduced in the state Senate that could change the role of Indiana's lieutenant governor.
Senate Bill 202 would eliminate the lieutenant governor's role as head of the Indiana Department of Agriculture. This bill would also keep the lieutenant governor in charge of the Indiana Department of Rural Development. So incoming Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith was not Governor-elect Braun's choice for running mate. The two men have rarely appeared at events together since the primary. Republican State Senator Sue Glick, a sponsor of this bill, issued a statement to 13 News saying in part, this bill is not an attempt to limit the power of the lieutenant governor, but rather raise the profile of the Department of Agriculture to better support Hoosier farmers and everyone else who plays a role in agriculture. You can read her full statement right now. We've got it posted for you on WTHR.com.